So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirits, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, fabulous viewers. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome. I'm so glad you found me. Here I am. Here you are. I hope you guys stay and that these readings resonate with you guys. For those of you guys returning, I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed. Thank you so much for subscribing, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing, donating, and booking readings. It's all very welcomed. I love you guys so much. So today's reading is a requested reading where we're looking at what's next in love. Okay, so I had to re-record this because I started laughing so hard and I couldn't stop laughing. What am I laughing at? I'm laughing at the fact that every time I try to do what's next in love, we get the same annoying people through here, okay? Meaning the person who's attached to your energy. I can't make them go away. I'm going to tap into whatever spirit wants to show you what's next in love. What's next could be the same old person that you're trying to shoo off. I can't help it, okay? If that's that person, it's going to pull through here. I'll read it exactly as it comes through. Just because we will it, pray it, want it to be different doesn't make it change it at all, okay? I'm tapped into certain frequencies, and that's the frequency that comes in. If there's no one new there and the same old person that you're trying to run away from or block or whatever, resist, fight off, I don't know. That means there's still a soul tie, there's still soul connection, there's still something to be learned. That person's going to pull through here. Don't want to hear it, then go to another pile, go to another reading, okay? So I am committed to deliver whatever I see, but I know that I'm tied into and tapped into certain frequencies. I can't just go searching the ethers for a whole new collective because I want to have something different. It's going to pull for the same people that pull through here. If there's new love, there will be new love. If there's a big change in love, it's going to pull through here, okay? And why I'm saying all this is because I've got a bunch of comments saying, I don't want this person. Okay, well, you can build my Google algorithm with all of your comments, and I don't care, you're only convincing yourself that you don't want to see this person or that you're trying to run away from that person. It doesn't matter to me, okay? So we're asking what's new in love and who's new? Is there new people coming in? Is there a new situation? What's new, okay? That's what's going to pull through here. So with all that being said, now that my giggles have stopped, pile number 1, the Final Rose Tarot. Pile number 2, the Secret Tarot. Pile number 3, the Light Seers Tarot. And pile number 4, we have the Jane Austen Tarot. Okay, it didn't come with the tarot box. And for the oracles, we will be using, where are they? We'll be using the Enneagram, the Love Enneagram, and the Mystical Oracle. Okay, and we'll also be using the Relationships Oracle. All right, so those are the decks we'll be using. Sit with this energy. Do not second guess your intuition, but if you do feel you've clicked the wrong pile, go to another pile. You'll know if it's resonating or not resonating, okay? You don't have to sit there and listen to it and then be like, that one didn't resonate. Okay, well then go to another. So yes, I'll put the timestamp down below, and hopefully you find a pile that resonates for you, and I will see you at your pick. Pile number 1. You guys picked the Final Rose Tarot. And we're looking at what's next in love. Now, I had to re-record the beginning because I got into the massive laughing fit and I couldn't stop laughing. And I was laughing at the fact that our annoying people keep coming back and haunting our readings. I just find it absolutely funny. But hopefully you don't have someone who's haunting your readings. Unless, of course, they're supposed to haunt your readings. Then let them come. So, what are we looking at? We're looking at what's next in love for pile 1. Pile 1 started the same old. They want to know what's new, what's next. What's new, what's next in love for pile 1 spirits? Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. Thank you so much, pile 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time, and putting up with my quirky behavior. All right, so I don't know, I'm in a silly mood today. Actually, not even today, it just came upon me as I started recording. Oh, I don't know what I'm laughing at, but I got the giggles. All right, Spirit, clear and concise message for beautiful pile number 1. And what is next in love? Is there anyone coming towards them? Is there any major shifts? What's new? What's next? Thank you so much, Spirit. And thank you so much for the subscriber who requested this reading. If you guys do have requests, please leave them in the comments. I generally always find time to do your requests. I don't think there's one that I've missed ever, okay, out of all my videos that I've done. So if there is something you want to see, leave it below, okay? And I will definitely consider it, okay? Of course, if it's something you want to see and you're really wanting to see it, I will read it. Alrighty, pile 1, are you ready for what's next in love? If I start laughing, don't blame me. Okay, we have, for the right reasons, with 7 of rings. This is the 7 pentacles. Investing a lot of time and energy here, and something's taking a long time. Okay, the fans, 21. This is, sorry, wow, 21. I'm having a brain fart. Not high or anything. You guys are just really weird energy. This is the World card. Okay, the World, and it's in reverse. Something hasn't closed out yet. And you're trying to jump ahead. Well, you haven't closed something out. That could be the issue. All right, presence. 32, in the here and now, not jumping ahead. The energy of presence supports our ability to focus on our full attention and stay in the here and now. Beautiful. 38, strength. The frequency of strength supports our ability to harmonize all our qualities and skills towards a strong and balanced way of being. So we have heavy Leo. We have the number 5, which is all about change, conflict. It's also about rebuild. Okay, and 8 is also Aquarius. So we have some Aquarius, some Leo, and we have rejection. 56 and 2, fundamental injury, put away, repulse, eviction, refusal, exclusion, and banishment. Type 2, the helper emotional center between giving and receiving, with the root chakra and despair. 76 and 4. I'm sorry if I start laughing and I sound insensitive. It's just, this is the epitome of why Linda does certain readings, because they're being called for certain readings. This person needs healing, not a new lover, okay? Not new love. This person needs healing. Anyway, Dark Night of the Soul, 76. Okay, emotional disconnection, loss of meaning, sorrow, overwhelm, dark visions, deep melancholia. Type 4, the individualist emotional center between lack and abundance. 4 is Emperor. Okay, and also it is death. So we have some Aries and some Scorpio, and then we have 2, which is all about choices, duality. Okay, so it's High Priestess and Justice and Judgment energy. So I'm getting some Pisces and some Libra. All right. Knight of Wands, the executive producer. And we have the 2 of Cups. Cheers. Okay, and then we have the Bachelor in reverse, and this is the Emperor, and he's in reverse. Alrighty. And then we have the Ace of Cups, first kiss. Then we have the 9 of Cups, fancy sweets. And then that's clarified by the 3 of Swords, red flags. What did I say? Someone needs healing. And then the Knight of Mirrors, the meathead. Okay, beautiful angels. And you can hate the tarot reader all you want. I'm going to channel this thing. Not everybody's reading, or the person who probably needs to hear this might think it's not their reading, and it's their reading. Anyway, let me sit here with this energy. Okay, beautiful angel. I'm tapped into energy around you. This could certainly be your energy or energy around you, okay? Take what resonates. Don't force it to fit. I'm reading a lot of pained energy here, a lot of pain. This isn't about dating so I can not deal with the situation, We don't want to deal with situations that are put in front of us. What's put in front of us? A situation that's taking a very long time and it's not producing. So if it doesn't produce, it would make logical sense for me to go to somewhere that produces. Why would I keep trying to manage an area that's not working? It doesn't make any sort of sense, right? That was what we would logically think. Throw your logic completely out the window. I do spiritual readings here. There's a spiritual contract. A spiritual contract, meaning it hasn't closed out. We can't skip ahead. We can't go loving someone else because what we're wanting to see, most likely what the ego wants to see, isn't coming to fruition. What does this ego want? I want this person. And if it's not this person, it will be someone, damn it. I want an emperor that's going to show up. And he's going to be orderly, and he's going to do the right thing, and he's going to be strong, and he's going to be confident, and he's going to provide stability and security. Who does not want this? We want this, and we all deserve this. However, we're not all healed to have this happen. Why? Because this person that I'm channeling needs to heal something within them before they could get this emperor. Okay, this emperor, he could be anybody on earth. But there's one specific person that this emperor is. And I feel like this pile already knows who this person is. This person is in a reverse shadow. Why? Because this is a soul connection. It's most likely mirrored. This person's traumatized. Same with the person I'm reading. 3 Swords needs to be healed. This emperor that the person I'm reading is connected to is very selfish, is really focused on themselves. Why? Because they're hurt. They're hurt for opening up. So they're really focused about what's going to bring me happiness in a way that protects my ego, my pains, my stories of the past, and allows me to upkeep an image so that I get what I want. Because of course we don't want to go live in a hole and never connect with anyone, because all humans need connection and a way of emotionally fulfilling ourselves. However, if we have triggers and traumas, it's like, oh, but there's certain ways about how I can receive it and how I can engage. Now that's the ego manipulating energy. I can only open up this much or not that much or do this or do that. No, that's all ego. This person needs to shed their ego. They're right up in shadow. Okay, which tells me that the person that I'm reading is also up in ego and shadow. On the reverse flip side is most likely an attached person who really is attached to outcome. They're outcome focused. I need someone to provide me stability and security, and they have to be the idea of what I think an emperor would look like. Well, no, you're not going to get that until you heal what you have. What do you have? You have a wound. You have a wound, and it's most likely an abandonment wound that makes you feel rejected when you are with someone that makes you feel a certain way. So you're going to make yourself feel a certain way. You've invested a lot of time and a lot of energy in this person. Okay, it's going to have to close out. But when does it close out? Remember, time is an illusion. It could stay painful like this forever if we're avoiding running, looking for the next person to love. No, we got to look at the situation here. This situation is calling for whoever I'm reading to look at their ego. They have to find the strength and the courage to be exposed, to be vulnerable in front of the person who's making them feel a certain way, and put their laundry out and be honest about how they're feeling. I'm not feeling fulfilled. I feel like I'm rejected. I feel like I'm not seen. I feel like all of these things that don't feel good. I feel heartbroken. Now this isn't saying you need to make me feel better or that you owe me anything or shame on you because it's your fault I feel this way. This is saying I have a wound, and when I don't have somebody that makes me feel this, I feel even more rejected and wounded. And so we need to get in the present moment of what is in front of us. What's in front of us right now is a traumatized person with another traumatized person. And they don't want to deal with each other because they'd rather protect their traumas. It's like, I only want to deal with this person when they make me feel safe and secure, and then say, yeah, well, it's important to feel safe and secure. Of course it is. I'm not saying if it doesn't feel safe, stay there. This is saying the ego is going to see red flags and want to run in fight or flight. Everything's going to be like high alert for the ego, even when it is safe. That's the thing. It doesn't have a good barometer. It thinks when this emperor is acting however it acts, that triggers my red flag or triggers my ego or triggers this trauma, this wound, this child that all of a sudden gets the spidey senses up, it wants to run the other way and not deal with this thing. If this emperor was to come and say, I want to commit to you and I'm going to protect you and I got you, this person would be like, okay, then I'll stay here. It's like, what? Then what does that have anything to do with love? We're just wanting to attach to someone else that's going to say this for me. What? For me, my inner child. For me, my ego. Egos and inner childs needs to be looked at and seen through. The ego is an illusion, and it is an identity we create to protect the inner child. The inner child is wounded, and the inner child needs what it's craving, but not from an external person, but from the person that I'm reading. So the person I'm reading who's feeling hurt and rejected needs to address this inner child before they move on to another connection. And what I'm seeing here, most likely, because this person is showing up in shadows, when this person heals this thing and looks at this thing and goes through this dark night of the soul and sheds this ego and has the courage to be vulnerable and still deal with this person, even though their ego wants to run and hide and they feel hurt and rejected and abandoned, they have to face this and put themselves out there. And when they do this, something's going to be revealed to them. Something's going to move. Something's going to close out. The attachment to this person, the cycle, the whatever here. But it has to be sort of worked through. It can't get avoided. Okay, and so we need to confront it and we need to have the conversation, even if it's a challenging conversation. This conversation isn't going to sound like you did this and you did that. No, that's projecting and that's blaming someone for my lack. I see lack and it's your fault. I feel abandoned. It's your fault. I feel lonely. It's your fault. No, it's nobody's fault. The inner child feels this way because of an experience of the past. And so now it believes in something that's actually not true, that there is lack, that it got abandoned. There's nothing to abandon. We're consciousness itself. We're the essence, okay, of the divine, which means what got abandoned? There's nothing abandoned. You're here, you're present. Right here in the present moment is perfect. There is nothing missing from this present moment. There is no lack. Okay, once this person understands this, they're not going to have this hole, this need to fulfill something for themselves where they're thinking and they're under the guise that someone else is going to give it to them. And if it's not this person, I'm going to find it from somewhere else. And they may just find someone who's actually going to engage with them in a certain way. But it's only temporary and it's also transactional. It has nothing to do with healing what it is that Spirit wants them to heal. Spirit wants them to heal this inner child that always feels rejected, that's trapped, root chakra, inner child wounding. Okay. And that they created this egoic version of them that acts in a certain way to protect themselves. And they might dress this up as, I no longer talk to this person because they're unhealthy. I am creating this healthy boundary. I don't think so. I think we're creating a shield so that we don't have to deal with our inner child, that we don't want to see and deal with unruly people. We wouldn't see unruly people in a way here that we're seeing them unless we have some veil, because we could still see the unruliness in someone else and be completely at peace. If this person isn't at peace, this person is still seeking to fill something and heal something. So of course they're going to see with the veil this other person. They're not seeing the emperor correctly. Yes, objectively, the emperor has also wounding. Yes, the emperor is in shadow. Yes, those things are true. I'm not saying that the emperor isn't toxic or all those things we want to use. But when this person is healed, this emperor is going to be seen through and not a threat. And we're actually going to see reverse emperors in pretty much everybody, like 99% of people, including ourselves. So who are we looking for? What are we trying to attach to? There'll always be a reverse emperor in someone else. What this person is being called to do is acknowledge their inner child, themselves. Okay, like literally have to fulfill their inner child here. This rejection, feeling lack, is only stemmed from an experience of the past, which, by the way, doesn't exist anymore. The ramifications of the experience are very real. I really do feel this way. That is true. Okay, but the belief is the thing we need to see through and undo. There's a belief in lack. There's a belief that I was abandoned. You cannot be abandoned. We got to undo this belief, and we can't cover it up with an opposite belief. We got to undo it first and then slowly build organically the belief in unity consciousness and oneness. How? By being in the present moment and being uncomfortable. This person most likely makes you feel very uncomfortable because they're showing up a mirror to you. Okay, I believe I'm reading for the viewer here. That makes you feel uncomfortable. And so I don't want to be in the present moment with this person. So we're actually in shadow doing exactly what this person's doing in a different fashion. But what is it? It's not dealing with their shadow. It's also running away from this present moment. I got to sit with this uncomfortable energy. This is not saying that I'm going to allow this person to treat me like crap and not stand up for myself and not use discernment and put myself in danger. That's not at all what I am reading about. And if that's what you hear, then this isn't your reading. What this is talking about solely in the present moment, just because I'm uncomfortable, and I'm uncomfortable because I'm needing the inner child, absolutely fight or flight, needs something from this person, isn't giving it to me, and now I feel uncomfortable, and I divert from the present moment, and now I'm projecting into the future. I'm projecting into the future that someday, somewhere, some Prince Charming is going to make me feel better and fill this thing. But I'm not in the present moment. In the present moment, there is no Prince Charming. There just is this reverse emperor. That's all. This is what the universe is giving to you. Reverse emperor. Okay, this doesn't mean you have to take it in a way that you're thinking, well, since the universe gave it to me, that means I have to accept reverse emperors. This just means accepting what is by acknowledging that that's what it is. Okay, acknowledging this is what it is. And then we got to be comfortable and peaceful in our own energy with what is. We can't change it. We can't force it to be what it's not. This is creating suffering. This creates rejection. It's telling us that right now in the present moment, it's not good enough. Hey, inner child, whatever you're experiencing here isn't good enough. Meaning you still don't have what you need. So now we're strengthening the belief in lack. You don't have what you need because I know that over there in the future, a year from now, a week from now, in the future, sometime that you can never touch because it keeps moving because the future is always the future, you will eventually get what you need. What do you mean? You have it right here, right now. There is no future. Don't tell your inner child this. It's not coming. A Prince Charming will not come. This needs to be dealt with in the present moment. I have an abandonment wound. The abandonment wound is making me not deal with the reality. Reality is I'm dealing with someone in shadow. Most people are in shadow. Why is he in shadow? Most likely also has an abandonment wound. Most likely also is feeling rejected. However, why are they feeling rejected? They went about it in a different way. They create their own rejection. Most likely this person sabotage. Most likely this person created a, what's it called? I'm going to have high blood pressure, aren't I? Created a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, the type of abandonment wound that this person has is most likely, I only concerned about myself. Why? Because anytime I'll let anyone in, I remember when I got hurt and abandoned and left. So now I act as though I don't need anyone or anything. How does that help us? It doesn't. It doesn't help, but it makes us feel very uncomfortable, and it's fight or flight. The minute someone tries to breach that, I feel like I'm drowning and gonna die. Just like this inner child feels very uncomfortable dealing with someone who isn't committing or thinking about their long term. It's like this inner child's like, whoa, 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 it's not safe. It's not safe. It's not safe. It's like, yeah, it's not safe. So give it safety. Give it love. Acknowledge this inner child. Make it feel loved. Right here in this present moment, this inner child needs to feel love. Not that love will come. Not that love, when it comes, then I'll feel better. Okay? So does this King of Wands actually want love? Yes. There's something very true here. There is love here. There could be a new beginning here, and most likely there will be. Okay, but we're needing to close out a cycle, and the cycle is about self. Then this king will be reflected what he needs to do something on his end. There's a 2 cups, there's an ace of cups. There's love here. There's an ability to bring harmony and balance. Both people, underneath the guise of the abandonment and the egos and the shadows and the reactionary things, is actually true love, both feeling the exact same way. But we don't want to tell each other, and we don't want to just be exposed like this because you're not doing what I need you to do, or say what I need you to say, and be what I need my ego to be in ego's timing. And if you don't do that, then I'm going to just try to do something else. What do you mean? We're going against the universe. What are you going to try to do? There's nothing to try to do except for heal this abandonment wound, confronting what we need to confront, not running away from it, not pretending it doesn't exist, not being in denial, not creating boundaries just to say, well, it needs to be there. Why? For what? For the ego? What is it keeping safe? What is it actually doing? Is it just upkeeping this little child? Just like, you know how when we could sit hermit away from society and be like, I'm totally enlightened and at peace? Of course, there's no one to argue with. There's no mirror. There's no challenge. This inner child is being shown a mirror. A relationship is showing a mirror where this viewer is unhealed. This needs to be healed, not going to a different place where the grass might be greener, because maybe then that inner child might have a little bit more fun. It's like, yeah, but that's a superficial healing. That's not going to the deep root. This is providing, thank you, Spirit, thank you. You're providing me a mirror for my deep wounding. I need to deal with this situation so I could close it out. Doesn't matter how long. And maybe the ego keeps saying, well, I've been here long enough. Nothing is doing and nothing is okay. Well, then that's ego. The ego is still hung up on outcome. The ego is still attached to results. There you go. That's what needs to be healed. That I have an attachment to results. That is ego driven. We have to be happy, peaceful in the present moment. What is reality. Present moment is reality. Living in the future is not realistic. Bringing in the past, reminiscing about the past, trying to heal about what hurt me in the past is not in the present moment. Those are two illusions. And as long as we're in illusion, we're going to be suffering and we're going to feel lack. We're going to feel abandoned. We're going to feel without because we're not living in the present moment. There's something missing here. Yeah, our whole presence is missing. The inner child doesn't feel seen and held in this present moment because we're too busy in the mind trying to attach to some outcome in the future. Okay, and so this is going to take courage because this will require you to be vulnerable. What does it mean? It means putting the inner child out there to sit through discomfort. It makes me really uncomfortable, and I have a lot of discomfort when I have conversations with this person that don't go how I want it to go. Okay, well, is this person beating on you? Are they emotionally abusive? If this isn't your reading and I don't want to hear I lived in a woman's shelter and blah, 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 then this isn't your reading. This isn't about living in a woman's shelter, okay? And I'm sorry if you lived in a woman's shelter. That's not what this is about. Yes, people get abused. Absolutely. That's not a spiritual connection I'm talking about here. I'm talking about shadow work because somebody has an abandonment wound, is most likely an avoidant and shutting people out and thinks that they can only make themselves emotionally happy by shutting other people out. And they have a hard time having a one-on-one emotional exposing themselves and how they feel when they truly feel this way. So they're going against the truth. I'm not going to admit this. It leaves me exposed, makes me feel uncomfortable. The other person, it makes me feel uncomfortable when I'm going to be used or transactional, or this person feels like a bully or a shadow person. So what do I do? What do we do is we got to heal what we're attached to here. We got to be the presence for the inner child. We can't go attaching to another relationship or another connection. We can't go searching and seek of something. There's nothing to seek. There's just a present moment. There is no seeking. As long as we are in the seeking behaviors, and then we're upkeeping a belief. And that belief is an illusion that there's something that's going to happen in future. There is no future, so that's already an illusion. And that something's going to happen that's going to be more better than this present moment. No, this present moment's as good as it gets. This is reality. We're living in reality. Present moment, this person, this is what you have as a mirror to you. Does this mean you have to be in daily engagement with this person? No. This person is showing you a mirror of something that only through this experience, without avoiding, resisting, blocking, boundering, doing whatever you're justifying, because I feel there's a justification here of why this person's blocked out. Okay, and maybe you need to go through this process of blocking them out for whatever reason and organically get to it. But eventually you got to get to it. And where are you getting to? That there is no need to block anyone. There's no need to resist. There's only accepting people as they are. Accepting means I understand you. I see you without getting triggered. I don't need anything from you. It doesn't pull at my emotions. It doesn't make me feel low and sad and bad and resentful and banished and excluded and refused and any of that stuff. If it is, I need to understand why I feel this way. It's not because you're making me feel this way. I'm hurt. I have 3 swords. I need to look at this. And until I look at this, which, by the way, Spirit is giving you this blessing to look at it. Thank you, Spirit, for giving me this blessing. Instead of looking at it, I'm too busy tiptoeing around it, looking for an easy solution. And it's actually not easy. It's harder because I'm avoiding it, prolonging this thing. This thing needs to end. This thing should have ended a long time ago. How does it end? Either coming together because it's the truth, which I do feel this is the truth, with a new beginning in love, or it closes out. I finally see the truth and I say, I'm too hurt here with water under the bridge. And I just let bygones be bygones, but at least we healed our 3 swords. But either which way, we're healing our trauma and our 3 swords. Okay, and I feel like healing the 3 swords is the only way for us to find true love and to have a new beginning, whether it be this person or someone else. Okay, but we need to close this out. And that's how we do it. Pile number 1, this was your dramatic reading. I love you very much. I hope you find what it is from within. Nurture what it is from within, have the courage to face from within, be present in the moment, and deal with your situation here. Okay? I love you very much. I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2, you guys picked the Secret Tarot. I don't think this was the deck I was going to use, but it ended up being this one. I was going to use a different deck, and I thought that's the one I grabbed. Anyway, we're looking at what's next in love, okay? Is there going to be new love? Is there going to be someone new coming in for major shifts? What is next? What is next? We want to know. Is there anything new? Is there anything that's going to pull through here next that you need to know? Okay, now, like I mentioned, just because we want new doesn't mean we're going to see new. Okay, and sometimes old people pull through here, or people that are hung up in our energy, or karmic things that we're still stuck in. If that's the case, I'm going to read it as such. Trigger warning, pile number 1. Hella big time, okay? So if you don't want to get triggered, maybe this isn't your reading, and I'm not trying to trigger anyone, okay? I'm really wanting to see for the greatest and highest good of you, the viewer, what is new? What is next in love? What do you need to know? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. Spirits, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. Thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. I realize you guys have a lot of readers you can see, and so I'm so grateful that you spend your time with me. Pile number 2. What is next in love? Is there anyone new coming in? Is there anything shifting in a current situation? What is new? What is next? For pile number 2. I don't feel those are right, just the way they fell. Pile number 2. I do feel there's one more. All right. Super hot in here. I was getting all animated with pile 1. I was laughing so hard when I recorded the intro. I had to re-record it. I don't generally ever re-record, no matter how fumbly I am. I couldn't stop laughing. Laughing. And what I was laughing at was like that we just keep seeing the same people, you know? It's like we just want to be free, and like the same person just keeps popping through these readings. It's just, I don't know. I know it's not funny, but it's kind of annoying. That's what it is. So, spirits, pile number 2. And I know some of you guys are like, I hate these like love readings. But it's like, okay, well, if this is what we're needing to face and we hate something, then that's an aversion. Of course, we don't want to heal. We got to heal the thing we don't like. That's most likely what you're not liking is where the trauma is. The thing we don't like is most likely a signpost pointing in the direction what we need to deal with, you know, because if there's an aversion, that means there's pain there. Okay. So we want to attach with the ego, and we want to push away and avoid things we don't like in aversion. That's ego as well. So are we doing this? Or are we doing that? What is that? What is that? If we're doing any of those, that is ego. We want to be peaceful. I don't need, and I'm not resisting or not, you know, I can't see this. I can't see anything about relationship. Okay, well, then we're resisting the healing. We need to heal something here, and the ego will do this so it doesn't heal the thing. All right. Anyway, duality. Yes. Look, 2 things, right? Resisting or attaching. Duality. 18, that's moon energy. So we have, some Cancer energy. The frequency of duality supports our ability to gracefully flow with the everlasting movement among all opposites. Opposites, polarity. So there's nothing wrong with duality. Duality is contrast. It's polarity. Okay. The yin, the yang, masculine, feminine, the dark, the light. Okay, the black and the white. But when we are engaged through the eyes of duality, that there is like a separate thing out there and that I'm separate from that, then we start to create suffering, okay? So just so we're aware of what that means. Okay, 106 and 7, more Cancer energizing. I'm really weird today. Cancer energy, evangelizing, celebrating diversity. We're talking about duality, okay? Celebrating diversity, innovative ideas, good news, teaching resilience, educational projects, spreading well-being. Type 7, the enthusiast thinking center between pleasure and pain, return to the world. And the green is the heart chakra. And then we have being perfect. Number 1, the veil of ignorance, perpetual dissatisfaction, critical judgment, rigidity, austerity, unexpressed anger, difficulty having fun. Type 1, the perfectionist instinctive center between control and letting go. So we have some Virgo and some Gemini energy here. Okie dokie. And we have suffering. Okay, so initiatory ordeal 70, stress level, suffering, limits and restrictions, physical harm, routine life, dispossession, long-term objective, confrontation with pain. Type 7, enthusiast thinking center between pleasure and pain. So we have a 7 and a 7. Okay, Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. 77 is a master number. Trust the fall, an adventure that arises from deep wisdom, trust of life, and trust of self. Suffering. I knew I was going to see suffering, and now I do these like readings that are like referred or recommended because people want to see it. But I'm going to tell you guys that I'm tapped into specific frequency and a certain frequency of people who most likely still need healing. Okay, this person is coming through as somebody who is suffering, who's needing healing. And this might be a healing reading again. So this is why the new singles relationships come out as needing to be healed. So anyway, 39, neutral event, ego level, career, professional, evolution, advancement, promotion, social class, superior job, income increase. 3 is the number of the divine empress. Okay, so we have Taurus, Libra. Type 3 achiever, emotional center between appearing and authenticity with the solar plexus. And then we have more green. Great. 3 greens here, which I love because that's the heart chakra. So 97, rational quality, growth level with empathy. Another 7, sharing of feelings, comprehension, receptiveness, careful listening, social intelligence, respect for emotions. Type 7, enthusiast thinking center between pleasure and pain. Lots of emotions really pulling through with Cancer. Okay, like very strong, even with the moon here. There's a very deep, deep emotional body here. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Even though, like I said, we're getting a lot of Cancer, feels very watery. Okay, now 7s are all about spirituality, intellect, okay, personal growth, solitude. 7 is also the number of faith and wisdom, reflection, and understanding. All right, so let's see. What's new? Bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. So Fool is new beginning. We have a 1 here, which is new beginning. This is Aquarius energy. We have the 10 of Cups in reverse. And we have the King of Cups. Yeah, so like I said, most likely is water energy. Water, water. Okay, King of Cups represents Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, and the Death. Scorpio, more watery energy. Okay, and then we have the 5 Pentacles in reverse. This is giving me the same sort of energy that I was feeling over here, which was perpetual dissatisfaction and critical judgment. Okay, difficulty having fun, and then we have 9 Pentacle. Okay, and what's under the Fool? We have the Wheel. Okie dokie. Let me sit here with this energy, okay? What's next? Okay, beautiful angel. This is all about yourself, okay? You want to see about love and other people's and all this stuff. The reason we're not yet there is because there's something being shown to us, something being transformed about us. If this is your pile, of course, only take what resonates, okay? We experience contrast, so we know. We experience one flavor, so we can say either I like it or it doesn't, I just don't prefer it, you know? And we have these contrasting experiences so we can understand ourselves. And so I feel like we're having an experience that doesn't feel very good here in love because we're asking about love. It seems stuck. It seems like it's not where we want it to be. Okay? And this actually is a feeling that we're having because we're having to undo and release a lot of what isn't us. And we're having to inner experience and integrate certain parts of ourselves so we could get through the other side, ready to have a beautiful new beginning because we've done all this sort of healing work. This feels like a period of suffering, and it's suffering by like death by a million paper cuts because it feels very stuck and it doesn't feel like there's anything new. That's what it feels like. And so, of course, you'd be here. It's like, I want something new. I want good news. I want to feel refreshed. I want to feel invigorated. I want, like, this is what you want. But Spirit's saying, who cares what you want? Nobody cares what you want. Yes, you want it, but a want is from an ego, a desire, a need for a change. What we need to do is accept the present moment. This present moment's absolutely beautiful and blessed. Why? I don't feel beautiful and blessed. Exactly. This is why you're still here. Until we understand and make peace with the present moment of being beautiful and blessed, we will forever be craving the future moment is going to be better. Something or someone's going to be better than what I have in front of me. That is a belief that needs to get undone. It is talking about you believing that something out there at a later point in time will be better. And as long as you believe this, it's going to be true for you and you're going to live this experience. Lack. You're going to experience suffering. You're going to experience this lackluster, this boringness. Okay. And so Spirit is saying there is something here for you. Okay. There is going to be something here for you. But what's here for you right now is this spiritual lesson of sorts. You're going through this spiritually. It's put spiritually in front of you to create change and shift in mindsets and releasing things in your world right now. There's things weighing you down, things you're doing you're probably not even aware of. Okay. Spirit is acknowledging you have deep love. And you might say, I'm ready for love. And I think you have a big, big heart and you are ready for love. Okay. But I think Spirit is really saying there's nothing to really do with this love unless we resolve everything else that's sort of coming up to be looked at and resolved. But we're not really interested in that. Some of it might be boring. Some of it might take some effort. Some of it we might not even be looking at. We're turning a blind eye to it or saying that's not me or making a justification or a reason to hang on to it. Or we're just sort of wanting it to hurry up. And Spirit's saying, no, don't want it to be what it's not. See what it is and bless Spirit for showing this in front of you and saying, I am ready to give love, but I'm open to the fact that Spirit knows when I'm in a position to give, where it's going to be healthy, and when I'm creating this energy that's actually contributing from a place where Spirit is going to know when I'm ready to engage. Then that will happen. What time is that? Whenever it's ready. Okay, there's no such thing as time in divine universe. So whenever I am ready, and right now Spirit is saying you're actually not, because you're still in the mindset of having to undo this belief in lack, this belief that there's going to be a better present moment for you. You have an attachment to an idea of what can be, and this doesn't mean don't have hopes. And this is very difficult for people to sort of wrap their mind around, because it's like telling people to don't have this belief in a better future. And it's like, as long as you buy into that sort of belief that the future moment's going to have something better than what is happening here, that is your experience in reality that you're going to experience. And you'll forever be feeling like this. And that's illusion that you're creating of a future will forever be pushed out into the future, and you'll never achieve it, because the ego is going to be seeking that moment, always pushing it out. So we got to deal with the present moment. Present moment is talking about you, even though your heart is open here, needing to release and shift a bunch of things in your practical world. Your practical world right now is needing attention. For all of you guys, it's different. You're not wanting to see or understand it. You're sort of maybe doing motions, or you're maybe just more focused on the things you like, Emotions feel good. If it makes me feel good, then I want to focus on it. If it doesn't feel good, then I'm going to not really deal with it. It's like, no, the Spirit doesn't work this way. We have to deal with everything. Okay? We have to deal with everything because everything is in reality. Now, this doesn't mean put it in a box. One's good, one's bad. I'm going to say this is yes, and this is no, and see it as resist and attach. It's like everything is going to be dealt with in reality, and it has to be looked at and understood and dealt with. And I feel like there's tucking away certain things. I don't know what these certain things are, okay? But I feel like Spirit is saying that you have a deep, deep capacity for love. All of this green is talking about the heart. I feel like why there's frustration here is because you really, really believe you're ready for love. I think you've been waiting for some time and you're getting bored. And you're like, I'm waiting here and I'm waiting here and I'm full of love to give. I don't know who to give it to. And all of that, even in that dialogue, that's creating a duality. Like there's someone that you're going to be able to give it. You can give it right now. Why is there a story in your mind that there'll be a perfect time or a perfect person when I can give it? You could give it right now. Give it to yourself. Give it to the plants. Give it to your garden. Give it to your children. Give it to your mom. Give it to your brother. Give it to your coworkers. Give it. Because the law of energy is when you give it, it comes. Okay? What you don't give, that's what's lacking. What you're withholding is what's lacking. There's a lackluster here because you're not giving, and you're thinking in your mind that you know how it has to be done, how it has to be given. And it's like, no, that's a story and that's a belief that you're carrying. You can give it right now. There are many things for you to be grateful for. And you have an idea of what ideal, perfect happiness looks like. And it's like, if I can't give it like that, eventually it will come. I'm going to wait for it. And now I'm getting bored because I waited so long. When's it ever coming? I want this new beginning. I just want to sort of get on that path already. It's like, no, don't bypass what you're needing to bypass. Get in the present moment. Deal with everything that's happening right now, and needs to get looked at and understood. Get curious. Get curious about what's in front of you. Get curious about yourself. There's so much about yourself that I feel you still don't know or understand that is still needing to transform, because Spirit wants to work with you so you can embody and integrate all of these things. So you could be this like person who stands here strong at the end of the tunnel after the transformation, capable of being in a connection, confident and solid. So there might be things about our confidence that needs some changing. There might be things about how we give love or how we communicate or how we express ourselves or how we understand that maybe we don't know just yet. And we're like, yeah, I want to learn in a relationship. No, you can learn right now. Learn with the grocery store clerk. Learn with your children. Learn with how you talk to people. Learn with how you're leaving comments section in YouTube. How are you engaged? Observe yourself. There's a lot of things that need transforming, okay? This isn't on a quest to change you to be someone different because you're not perfect as you are. This is saying, I want to see through my ego. This is seeing through my suffering and seeing what's not me. Because right now there's a lot of what's not you that's contaminating the broth. And you believe it might be you. And it's like Spirit saying, no, that needs to transform. That's actually not you. And you still haven't seen it or understood that about yourself. And so you're in the school of life with people in front of you every second to learn about self in this present moment. Fall in love with your socks, fall in love with your bed, fall in love with the bubble bath. Okay. Everyone has people in their world. Fall in love with those people. See yourself and how you're engaged and how you understand yourself. You will quickly see the things that need to transform and change. It'll keep you plenty of busy. Right now, we want someone to be busy with, I feel here, for this energy. And it's like, unless it looks like this, the relationship that I have in my mind, it's like I'm on hold. I'm on hold, and I'm waiting for divine timing to bring me my person. I'm waiting for divine timing to change. I'm waiting on divine timing no, divine timing is already here. Divine timing is saying you're the one who's actually stuck. The universe keeps on ticking. And you're stuck here because you have a mindset. And your mindset is one that you're not looking at the present moment. And if you are looking at the present moment, you're boxing it up in a way that's already sort of understood by a certain past version of you. It's like, no, use the veil of nothing, the neutral veil, to see your present moment, to make new sort of understandings of your present moment. You'll start to see a bunch of parts of yourself here that you'll be like, ooh, yeah, that actually wasn't really representative of me. That was an unhealed version of me, or that was an ego part of me, or yeah, I could still better myself in this way and that way. And before you know it, Spirit is saying, as soon as you're on that path, someone will come in, and this someone will allow you to have a new beginning with your newest self without all of this other baggage. Because right now we still have a bunch of baggage. We still have memories from past relationships. We still have ways of being how we argue. We still have ways of how we carry judgments of people. We still have ideas of what looks good and what looks bad. And that's how we have our mindset. It's like, no, there is no good. There is no bad. There's just a story that you experienced in the past. And you're going to bring it into this next relationship. So you're saying, no, this is why we're not bringing you anyone. Shed that, leave it, drop your ego. There is none of that. Okay. And when you do create some of that, it's because of the fact that we're still living in some form of a belief system because we're not fully seeing clearly. We're seeing through the veil of the old self, the stuff here that's actually weighing us down, that isn't allowing us to be free and move forward. It's a lack mindset. Okay. It really is a lack mindset. And Spirit's saying, this is why no one's coming, because Spirit is working with you to bring you to a 9 pentacle. And I don't know if a lot of you guys are really focused on maybe your career or how much money you make. And you're saying, well, I am just going to focus on my career, or I already have a good career here, or something like this. And Spirit is saying, we're sort of attributing an understanding onto an identity and painting a story about it. And Spirit's saying, no, this has nothing to do with success. This has nothing to do with that type of an established thing. This is solely about you being confident in an energy to stand on your own, happy, confident, capable, not needing someone to prop you up or to be your resource. And as long as you're in this energy without past hindrance and baggage and all of this stuff, because I feel there's an emotional baggage of the past that's still going to hinder a relationship. You're not baggage free here. Okay. And then there's going to be this good news. There's going to be this returning to the world with this beautiful new energy. Okay. But as long as we have an idea of what perfection looks like or what would make me happy, it's like, you don't know what would make you happy. Spirit knows. Spirit knows. You just know what you experienced. And so you're boxing, this would work and that won't. And so we could be writing off a whole bunch of people here that we just automatically assume aren't going to do it for us, you know, or we're not even going to see that opportunity in front of us because we're not from a place of love and giving. And when you're in a place of love and giving to everyone and everything, trust me, you won't miss what's for you. But when we're too blinded because we're like, I still don't see the thing, you know, and I have this vision of this thing of what I needed it to be and what I wanted it to be and how I knew it was going to make me happy. And this thing will be the way that it's going to make me happy. It's like we're already only using those eyes to see. We're missing it all. We're missing it, completely missing it. Then we suffer saying, well, where is it? I still don't see it. I'm still sitting here empty handed. Yes, because you're pigeonholing what you think you're going to see and how you're going to see it and when it's going to come. Okay, so Spirit wants you to keep this open heart, but give it to all. Don't withhold and work on shedding what is actually no longer required in the here and now. Okay, if it feels like something heavy, if it feels like something of a past story, work on transforming this. Okay, this doesn't mean I want it to be different because I want to be a different person. This just means I see through parts of me that are actually unhealed or that I know isn't connected to my truest self. That's like a pain. My pain body is still there and how I engage. And I want to be very present and I want to catch it and I want to transform it. I want to transmute this energy so that when I am in a relationship, I'm totally ready to give love, receive love, and I'm coming from crystal clear vision, not from scarcity, not from lack, not from projecting what perfection looks like and what would make me happy. And of course, it's good to have an idea of, you know, preference, but this is not even about preference. This is like we're really hung up and fixated on an idea of how it should be. And then it never comes and then we're disappointed. Okay, we're setting up our own disappointments here. You're going to have a new beginning the minute you sort of recognize this about self. Okay, so maybe this is the reading you need of the recognizing of this. And when we're in this energy, it's like, what can I do right now? Who can I give love to right now? Even if it's not this person that I'm idolizing in the future, there's someone or something I could give love to right now, even if it's just my job, you know, like out of a place of true compassion and love and empathy and being completely receptive, completely open from the heart, not shut down. Because we're sort of selective. Who can get it? Who can't get it? It's like, no, love isn't like this. Love is just open. You're learning about having an open, beautiful heart. Okay? Beautiful angel. This is your reading pile number 2. I hope this helped you. I don't know if it answered your question, but this is what's next in love. All right. Bye-bye. Hello, beautiful angel. Pile number 3. You guys picked the Light Seers Tarot, and we're looking at what's next in love. Okay, is there going to be anyone new, anything new? What's shifting? What's changing? And I was telling the other piles that I had to record the intro because I was laughing so hard. And I started laughing because when I started saying that, we start seeing the same people pop up, and it's so annoying, you know, those annoying people that just keep coming through our readings. And it's like, how do we get out of that, you know? So if you have spiritual contracts that are still in the mix, then that's the frequency I'm tapped into. I don't go magic wand into where you want to see and who you want to see. I'm tapped into the energy frequency of a timeline that you're on and what's pulling through energetically. So this collective might have something new in love, might not. It might be tortured in love, might have new people coming in, might have a new person, might have the same person. I don't know, but we're asking Spirit, what is new next in love? Okay, what you need to know, what needs to be communicated in regards to love. What's new for pile number 3, Spirit? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of Oh, that one went flying. And it fell exactly like this. Pile number, these are falling very weird. Pile number 3. I do want to put trigger warnings on these, okay? This is why I sort of, when I do these readings, I know people want to know new and happy things, like it's going to just fall from the sky. And it's like, no, some of these are very painful truths, you know? I can't help it. It's what comes through, you know? But we're going to leave this open. We want to see the good. Like, well, what's shifting here? What's new? Like, spirit. Do we want change? We want to see what we need to know, even if it is something challenging. Okay, so keep an open mind, but don't force this to fit. And if you're not in the mood to listen to something that you weren't expecting, probably won't be your reading, okay? Hopefully it's happy news. Pile number 3, what's next in love? What's next in love? Anything new? What's next? Clear and concise message for pile 3. Is there anyone new coming in? Any shifts with existing? What's new? Pile 3 specifically. Alrighty. I think I'm going to get high blood pressure from doing these readings. You guys get so animated into it. Can't help it. It's how I channel. All right. So, Knight of Cups. Wow. Okay. And the High Priestess, we don't see it coming. I just heard we don't see it coming. What do we not see coming? An act of love. All right. That's good. Oh, sensuality, totally sensuality. So it says the frequency of sensuality reminds us that as spirits in human bodies, we are sensual beings experiencing joy and pleasure from the physical world through our senses. 36 or 9. Ooh, all right. So mystical love, you guys. Here I am just poo-pooing the energy. I'm like, this is going to be something depressing. Prepare, endear yourself. Meanwhile, there's love all around. All right, 105 and 6. So that's the lovers. Confident love, faith in love, divine love, pious love, fervent love, spiritual love. Type 6, the loyalist, thinking center between mistrust and trust. Wow. So we have some Gemini and some Capricorn. And we have apparition, 87 and 6. Oh my goodness, 6 is a master number. Service is a source of joy in which one pours from an overflowing cup, not martyrdom. 6s are all about problem solving, compassion, harmony, community, okay, love, healing, service. Now, apparition, it says vision of guardian angels, synchronicities, inner strength, inner guidance, divine protection, absolute confidence. Type 6, the loyalist, thinking center between mistrust and trust. Wow, this is insane. Look at this gold energy. Beautiful. Shining, 102 and 3. 3 is the Empress energy. Okay, return to the world. Enlightened leadership, testifying of resilience, inner light, being a mentor, uplifting others, being a selfless builder. Type 3, the achiever, emotional center between appearing and authenticity. Wow. So we have some solar plexus here, but this feels healed. Feels like a very clean solar plexus. Shining. And control, 64 and 1. Intransigence, surveillance, critical judgment, having a grip, authoritarianism. Type 1, the perfectionist, instinctive center between control and letting go. 1 is the number of new beginnings, potential opportunity. Okay, it's magician energy. So we have Virgo and Gemini. And we have the 9 pentacles in reverse. And we have the Page of Wands in reverse. And we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I was feeling Virgo from a 9 here. Where was the 9? Right here. So we have some Virgo energy. Okay, Taurus, Capricorn. This is giving me similar energy. Some form of a dependence. Control. What is this? Knight of Wands. Right by this Page of Wands with the pages in reverse. All right, pages are about communication. 8 Pentacles. That's the dedication, the effort. Chariot in reverse. Chariot is Cancer energy. This could be an imbalance. This could be a need for integrating of shadow. Something maybe feeling stuck or maybe a little reckless. What is it? And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, stuckness here. Okay. The King of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What's under that? 6 Pentacles. What's under that? The 4 of Pentacles. Okay, that's the opposite of the 6. This is generosity. Okay, generosity of spirits, a balanced give and take, or giving and receiving. This is withholding, being held back. Okay, and so there's thought of this. There's this High Priestess in reverse, which I feel we don't see coming. So what is this? Let me see. Okay, I feel 2 energies here. I feel the viewer and someone else. Okay, you got to determine if you're the someone else or the viewer. Obviously, I mean, you're the viewer, but I don't know which energy you are. I'm going to read the viewer as this beautiful energy that it feels very developed here. Okay, you're a guiding, beautiful light here, and you have been, and you probably already know you are. You're in some mystical love. What's mystical about this thing? It's all mystical when it comes to loving from a place here that's truly unconditional, okay? Divine love. You're being guided. You've been guided. There's this inner guidance. There's a strength of guidance, okay? And I think you've been developing this beautiful inner guidance towards self-realization, towards being open to love and feeling safe and not feeling vulnerable, but actually leaning into areas that some people might find uncomfortable. Because when we are completely vulnerable to experience the sensual parts of the universe, it's like we're expressing ourselves openly, confidently. Okay, this makes a lot of people uncomfortable. I think you're learning about this and you're doing this. You're a guiding light here. Okay, uplifting others. Who are you uplifting? Maybe a collective. Okay, for some of you guys, if you have a platform, you might be uplifting a lot of people or just by example. But for sure, for all of you guys, who are you uplifting? This person. Your person, which is coming through here, by the way, what's next in love? This person is showing up, and I don't think you expect it. Why are they showing up? This person's been in their head. They've been in their head a lot. They've been withholding and held back. What are they thinking of? They're seeing your example and your guiding light. It's like, I want to be able to give. But just because we want it doesn't mean all of a sudden we can do it, you know? So they're like in their mind about how can I find balance in the situation by being more receptive or more giving or more balanced with pile number 3 because I've been in a withholding or too held back. And things got really, really stuck. Things got really out of balance. Things didn't lead to success. Things might be going off track. Off track meaning maybe pile 3 doesn't talk to me no more. Maybe pile 3 is completely moved on past me. Maybe pile 3 is having a glow up somewhere else, but all I know is it's leaving me in the dust. Why is it leaving me in the dust? Because I was dependent on some other thing. Some situation that I had was more secure, even if it was more miserable, even if it wasn't in line with truth, even if it was difficult, it was the comfort zone that I held on to, and it made me hold back. It didn't let me give to pile 4. So I wasn't giving, or I wasn't allowing pile 4 to even give to me. There was a big old block here. And so because I was held back, it put me in a state of mental reflection, because this is masculine energy. And mental reflection is, I think about what's happened, I look at what's transpired, and all I see is me being stuck or not having success. And I still have this need for control. And what do I want to control? I want to control my happiness because I still believe I'm a doer. I still believe that I can do and manipulate things. This isn't saying they're manipulating you, okay? But manipulate energy so I can get fulfillment. It's like, no, all we need to do is be in the present moment to get fulfilled. But I think I need to do something. All this person needs to acknowledge is why they're held back and heal this thing. Then they'd be fulfilled. But it's like, no, I can't deal with the reason I've been held back, which, by the way, is because they want control. But I think I have the power and the control to manipulate energies to have a change in the situation with pile number 4. Because I feel pile 4's beautiful energy. Like, authentically, they really feel your energy. And they truly, from a good intentional place, want to feel it. And it's like, so I'm going to come. And I'm going to try to manipulate energies. This isn't manipulating you in a way that's trying to get you to do anything other than I think I have control over energy to get you into my world. And so I want to show up here. This person's going to show up and they're going to want to put in where they haven't been putting in, because when they didn't put in and they were held back, they had a consequence of their action. They don't like the consequence of their action. They've been sitting in the consequence of their action. I don't know what it looks like. They know what it looks like. They know what it feels like. They don't like it. Whatever it amounted to distance, amounted to you not talking, amounted to you leaving them in the dust, amounted to you just being more closed off, amounted to you to something. Although you're not closed, you're open. And this is the paradox. It's like you're open and loving. So clearly, I have no choice but to admit some form of truth or look at something here, that what I was doing actually it wasn't working, or there's something going on with me. But this acts as a mirror, because how could someone who's so open, loving, vulnerable, considerate, open to truths, is guiding lights, how could they be wrong? They can't be wrong. Okay, if I come from this wrong right angle, all I know is that I had a need for control and I wasn't giving, and I had a consequence here, and I was making myself unavailable, and I had some world here. And I don't know, like I said, either they were providing some form of stability somewhere else, a resource they were having to give to, and using this as a reason they had to be held back or couldn't give or couldn't be present. There was something about the pentacle realm that they couldn't invest. So either they couldn't be there, or they couldn't invest time with you, or they couldn't show up. It's like, I can only do this, but I can't do that. It's like they fell short here. They weren't available to you. And now it's like this person is saying, I want to be able to come in and surprise pile number 4 and show them my feelings, and they won't see it coming. And so maybe this person knows in the past this would control narrative. Maybe it would soften you up. Maybe they could buy you for some time. Maybe they could get you to give to them something that would scratch their itch for some time. All I know is that I'm not seeing past a deep enough thing here as to their deepest intention of what they plan on it going, like where they plan on it going. And I also don't feel like this person has healed the thing that made them not be able to invest. So either it's been too long and it's been stuck so much, or you're getting too far ahead. This is my motivator. My motivator here to come forward to you. And I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know whether you're mad at me or whether you got too far or how this is going to go, but the need to resolve this sort of thing and not be on the outs is what's driving me. So now here I come, but with no substance really. There's really nothing. However, the intention is good, because it's like, no, but I really do want to give. And they do. They want it to be balanced. Now it's like, well, I knew I wasn't and it didn't work. So now I got to kind of give. But it's like, okay, well, what are you going to give? And how long is this going to last? And what do you mean exactly by give? It's just like, I just don't want it to go backwards. I just don't want to lose out. I just know that it was imbalanced. I just know that it can't be the way it is. Okay, but what can it be then? I don't know, but I'm still in a position here that can't really break away from this dependency, or these people that are dependent on me, or me make myself fully available to you. Okay, well, what good is that to you? I don't know, but I could be here and sort of do this other thing. What's this other thing? I don't know, meet you for coffee, Sundays and Mondays. I don't know. Whatever the compromise is here, because I think it's enough, or at least I think it's bringing some form of balance. At least I'm giving you something. It's like, yeah, but you might not want coffees on Monday. You might not want it with parameters. You might not want limitations and restrictions. You might want it just a free bird. You might not want them to be stuck to anyone or anything, or attached or held by anyone or anything. But guess what? They're still held back by someone or something. But it's like, but I can finagle sometime, I can finagle a 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. date on Tuesdays and Wednesdays or something like this. Okay, obviously fill in the blank, whatever this thing is. Maybe it's like, oh, I could just talk to you over the phone. Yeah, that's going to work, right? And if you have plans on them moving towards you, it's like, well, I can't move to your city, but I could spend every hour with you on the phone. It's like, yeah, but that's not here. Whatever they want to do is what they think they're capable of doing, because they really, truly believe there's a limiting thing here, and it has control over them. And this is how they're going to control this situation, how they're going to restore some form of balance, how they're going to turn the tables towards changing something here. All because your beautiful light energy here. It's like, whoa, this beautiful light energy is going to get away. This is true, true love here. You've chosen love. This person is still in a world of control, still in a world of creating an illusion of some form of dependency on something, or someone's dependent on it. That's creating a binding and a belief in this binding. But it's like, you're not bound to anything. This will forever make this person not have success with you. This will forever be like an imbalanced thing until this person integrates the shadow. What's the shadow part? It's manifesting as I need to be here. No, that's the shadow. The shadow that's fearing something. There's something deeper going on. Maybe it fears letting go of that pentacle situation because it fears it can't build its own pentacle. Like this person feels like, oh no, but then what do I do? This thing that gives me all this pentacle. You know, if I'll give the other example, like if I move to your state, it's like I'd have to quit my job. And then what if I can't produce the pentacle thing? So this is really a fear and a lack mindset that I'd have to let go of something that I might not have confidence that I could build again, that is really driven by a shadowy thought. There is no lack, but the fear that we're still hanging on to and the belief we're hanging on to. So I feel like for this group, this person's been in their thoughts, they're concocting, they're strategizing, they're planning, they want it to sound logical. And if they haven't talked to you in a while, it's like, I know that pile 4 isn't dumb. I know that pile 4 is going to ask me all sorts of questions. I know that pile 4 is going to act in a certain way because I feel this person knows you. And it might soften them up when I come all full of my love and feelings, and it come kind of like this romantic, spontaneous thing, full of love, showering them. You know, this does feel kind of like a love bomb type energy. And it feels like a love bomb with a little bit of, I could still invest here more than I was. What's the more? I don't know if it's a bit more, if it's a lot more, but all I know, it's not the complete more. You know, it's not the complete more because it still hasn't been healed, but at least it's more, and at least the needle is moving. You know, so I don't know. Do you want to compromise? Do you want to talk about this? This person still has a need for control here. Okay. So I feel this is someone you haven't talked to. I feel like this is somebody who is planning on what to say to you. I feel this is someone who's holding themselves back from talking to you until they know, because this is someone who doesn't want to say the wrong thing. This is someone who doesn't want to take the wrong action. And so they really want to talk to you. They haven't talked to you. They want to come in. It's a little delayed here. And it's like, until I know what I'm going to say, and then I'm going to surprise you with this sort of act of love bombish with a little backup of, 5 p.m. Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I could talk to you over the phone. I don't know. But this person has some plan. This is what's new in love. You, on the other hand, don't need any advice from me. You, on the other hand, could probably be giving me advice. You, on the other hand, here are this beautiful guiding light. It says here, being a selfless builder. It's like you're not needing this person to add to your value. So this person's sort of attaching to you. There's an attachment to you. There's a codependency to your energy. Of course, it's a beautiful light energy. Okay, this is gold. I feel like you're gold, you're yellow, you're glowing. This is enlightened energy. This is divine love. And I feel like you're really, really being guided by the divine, listening to the divine. And whatever the divine is telling you is actually shifting this. Because again, I read for these spiritual connections. This person is being shifted. Okay, because I feel at one point in time, this person was not even an 8 pentacle. This person at one point in time was running. This person at one point in time was so held back. And now they're like contemplating, considering this 6 pentacle. Ooh, it's like, well, you're just contemplating, considering, whoop-de-doo. But it's like, yeah, but this person would never have been in this energy, ever. Because they were too fearful. And too fearful to act not knowing how you'd respond. It's like the unknown is scary, but I'm going to do it anyway. And this could be someone who lacked the confidence in themselves. And it's like, I'm going to put myself out there. Great. You might see this as progress. You might say, wow, my person not only is compromising, my person not only is going through their lack of confidence, they're actually even expressing themselves. Maybe they never did. That's like, check, check, check. Maybe this is progress for you. Although there's still a big old shadow here. Although they're still trying to control narrative. Although they're still codependent on something, although they're still stuck to something, but there's still a victory, it's however we slice and dice it, but are they going to be like, let's get married and have 10 children and here I am? Completely no, because they're still controlling some part of their world that doesn't allow them to match your energy just yet. So this is what I see, pile number 3. I hope this made sense. I love you very much, and I hope this is helpful. All right, I'll see you at the next one. All right, goodbye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 4, you guys picked the Jane Austen Tarot, and we're looking at the person who's coming in no, we're not looking at the person who's coming in. Sorry, it's been a long day. We're looking at what's new in love. What's next? Is there a person coming through? A new person or a shift in an existing person? We don't know. And we're asking, what's new? Who's new? What's new? What's new in love for pile number 4? Okay. I do want to preface this reading by saying this could be quite triggering. I think I'm going to make like a pre-video here because it's very intense, the other readings, and it might be things we're not expecting, okay? We might be expecting to see new love and all this shift, and it might be same old. I can't just make new happen because we wish it, I'm tapped into frequency here, and I'm asking for pile 4's frequency. What's new in love? What's next in love? What's going to shift? Is there a shift in existing people? Is there brand new people coming in? Like, what's new? What does pile number 4 need to know? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 4. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of Pile 4. Thank you so much, Pile 4, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. So we have the Ten of Cups in reverse and the Strength card reveal itself. Strength is Leo. Pile number 4. What's next in love for pile number 4 spirits? What do they need to know? What is being communicated to pile 4 in regards to new energy? What's next? What's coming in? What frequency can they expect to come in? Now remember, you have free will and conscious choice. You can jump timelines. If you become conscious, aware, you can make certain decisions that will drive different actions, okay? Look at this, divine love flipped over. Beautiful. I'll read it shortly. I apologize for the dog barking. Pile number 4. Pile number 4. What's new and next happening in love? Okie dokie. So, divine love revealed itself. Acceptance to receive. Unconditional love. Self-esteem, pure altruism, universal empathy, personal well-being. Type 2, the helper, emotional center between giving and receiving. We have a 2. 2 is the number of balance, duality, choices. Root chakra, not solar plexus, sorry. So green ray, which is this beautiful divine love. Okay, this is the heart chakra. 88 is a master number, a higher calling that is grounded in self-awareness and reverence for life. Beautiful. Project, programming, preparation, schedule, goal planning, and imagination. Type 7, the enthusiast thinking center between pleasure and pain. Cancer energy with the number 7. And then we have 105, mystical love. You guys, this came up for pile number 2. Or sorry, no. Pile number 3. Wow, this is amazing. Look at divine love, mystical love. Number 6 is the lovers. Okay, it's also the devil. So we have Gemini and Capricorn. Confident love, faith in love, divine love, pious love, fervent love, spiritual love. Wow. Love, you guys. Love, left, right, and center. I mean, I have a billion of these cards, and they are the love oracle, but they're not all this pointed. Okay, so 29 and 2. So we have another 2. And guess what 22 is? A master number that is representing divinely guided relationships. Okay, very divinely guided here. So rational patterns, concept of help, true altruism coming through twice. Okay, pure altruism, true altruism. Okay, dependencies and personal needs, personal boundaries. Type 2, the helper, emotional center between giving and receiving. So this is root chakra. There's a lot of root chakra healing happening here. Okay. What do we have? We have duality. This came out for pile 3. Some of you guys might resonate with the energy of 3. If you were called or pulled or had a little inkling, this is your sign that you most likely have a message there, even if it's just a small message, okay? Do believe it was it? No, 2. Yeah, 2 had this, 3 had this, just so there's no confusion. Whichever one you're called to most likely will have another message. This could be your person, okay? Your person could definitely be in 2. Or in 3. Okay, so the frequency of duality supports our ability to gracefully flow with the everlasting movement among all opposites. Okay, so that's moon energy, more Cancer, and that's also duality is the 2, which is about choices, balance. Okay, we have the 5th chakra, 5. The energy of the throat chakra supports our ability to communicate clearly and truthfully. This is expressing the authentic self. And we have freedom, 21 and 3. So the energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, boundless expression, and bold exploration. Wow. Beautiful energy of freedom. Okay, so we have the World at the bottom of the deck. I don't read bottom of the deck reversed. And under that, we have the Death card in reverse, Scorpio energy. Okay, we have 8 of Wands with the 10 of Cups under that. We have the 9 of Wands with the Strength card under that, Leo energy. And we have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, with the Wheel of Fortune under that. So we had King of Swords and Wheel of Fortune in reverse in pile number 3. Okay, the Moon. 18 here. It's in reverse. Okay. Cancer energy. Let me channel this message. Under the Death card, we have the Page of Cups. Scorpio, I don't know if I said. Okay. This is giving very, very, very similar energy to that of pile number 3. Very, very similar. Okay. What's next in love? I feel your energy here has been doing a lot of groundwork. Okay, a lot of healing, most likely an abandonment wound or something here in the root chakra, which is all about our security or safety, feeling, like being able to feel safe, being able to not sort of cling and need to attach. Okay, so if there were any sort of codependencies or anything like this, I feel like we're working through and have been working through. There's a real sense of connecting to what unconditional love is for this group from a pure place. Okay, not from a place of I want it to be unconditional love, or I think I know what it means, or I have this belief. This isn't about belief. This is about an integration. Okay, this is about I transmuted what was unhealthy, what was ego is seen through, and now what's remain is an authentic self that can express itself truthfully from an honest place and not from pain body. This has been an ongoing sort of planning. Okay, we've been working through this for some time. I feel like you're doing very, very well. And I feel like we're well on our way to experiencing this in which we've been preparing for. What's next here? What's next is I feel is someone you've been dealing with. It's a King of Swords. It feels like a masculine energy. This person's emotionally immature. You've experienced this person as being emotionally immature. Why are they emotionally immature? Because they don't want to be mature with you? No, because they might have root chakra issues. Issues as in experiences that have blocks where they got abandoned and they treat their abandonment wounds differently. They might avoid, they might run, they might not feel very safe expressing emotions. This person is challenged with communicating their true emotions. But if you resonate with this pile, seeing this person as a Page of Cups is a very beautiful new beginning. Okay, this is a beautiful thing. Most people be like, well, that's not really, a page isn't really at my level. It's like, yeah, but this person was bunged up beyond belief. And you'd know because I don't think this person was able to communicate. This person was very much in their mind and non-expressive. This person is coming towards you to express. They've been very guarded and blocked. They want to talk to you. They feel a lot of love for you. Why are they coming forward to express all this stuff? Because you've been working through your things. They've learned by your energy. Despite your fears, despite your abandonment wounds, despite your devilly energy, you might have been very true and pure. You might have been very confident in your representation of who you are and how you love this person. It's made this person feel safe. And so they're trusting. There's a lot of trusting you and your energy. Now, they might have always trusted you, but not to the point here that overcame their wound, because the wound was speaking louder. The fear was speaking louder. The subconscious wounding, the abandonment, no matter how safe you might have seemed or how loving you might have seemed or how welcoming it might have seemed, is like, no, but I'm in fight or flight. There's too much fear. There's too much risk. I'm too scared to talk about how I feel. I might not want to get rejected or it just doesn't come out. This person's very challenged with speaking their truth. Okay, but why all of a sudden? Because I feel like you've done healing. You've done movements. There's a safe energy about you now. I don't know that you've always been this safe. You might think you were, but you might have been attaching to this person at one point in time out of a codependency with all this red. There might have been a heavy intensity on this person needs to talk to me. Why aren't you communicating? Why don't you tell me how you feel? Why, or whatever. Maybe we were really pressuring this person to be something that we wanted them to be. We're not doing that no more. We don't need them to be anything for us, okay? And if you're not here yet, this is what Spirit is saying you're sort of working through. Once you sort of lay this groundwork, both you and your person are doing the groundwork. It's not just you. We might not be privy to what they're doing. This person is working through their fears. This person is working through their uncertainties because of engagement with you, because of your work, okay? I feel like this person is finding true liberation in a part of themselves that was holding them sort of hostage, which was, I can't express myself. I can't be honest about how I feel. My pain is too deep. The fears are too deep. Things are really stuck here, and I feel they're still stuck. Okay, but what's happening here? This person is working through releasing things that no longer serve. Okay, does this mean this person's completely changed when they come forward and that's what's new? No, not completely, but this is a big win. Like I said, this Page of Cups is something this person would never be in the energy of in the past. They were completely blocked. This person is working through releasing and figuring out through their fears and illusions of what's real and what's not. This is what's closing a big cycle, and both you guys are closing this cycle. Okay, I feel like you're closing a cycle, they're closing a cycle. Both these people with this project, it's like laying the groundwork. I'm really getting like a 3 wands energy where we've done all the groundwork, we've prepared, we've scheduled, we've planned, we worked together, we collaborated, and now we can close out a part of our chapter together successfully. And that part of the chapter was where I might have been very much devilly, very codependent, and you were very shut down. You were like non-expressive. You were in your fears, and you were all sorts of things. And every time I asked you something, you're like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And they really didn't know. What didn't they know? Because there were two in their mind, and they really were all confused, and they didn't know. Okay, so I get that this person is now sorting through reality and what they actually are like actually seeing through the illusion. And so once we see through illusion, we can actually make decisions and we can actually see ourselves maybe for the first time. And I think this person is seeing their wall. They're seeing how they were maybe shutting people out. They were seeing how maybe this left them feeling cold and alone more than it was helping them. They're also knowing that their drive and their pull towards you is stronger than this fear, that they want to talk to you. They want momentum. They want success. They see also that this thing has been stuck or slow, or it could be going backwards, meaning maybe your energy now not being devil. It's like your pull isn't as strong. You're more confident in your own love of self. Okay, like this is your personal well-being. Maybe you're completely focused on self now. It's like, yeah, this relationship, it's still, I still love them, but it doesn't have the same pull. It doesn't have the same meaning as it used to. This person feels that, and it's like, whoa, it's sort of going backwards now on me because I feel like you're not loving me maybe as much as you used to, and now I feel more safe, or now I don't feel the pressure, and now I could be more confident in saying, no, what I feel for you actually was true. I do feel confident in telling you this thing because I don't feel you breathing down my neck, or you needing something from me, or you being so dependent on me and what I have to say. But I do feel this person is leaning into their courage to come forward to say and express what they want to say and express. This person is going to say something to you. And what they're saying to you, it's going to be different for all of you guys, but it's going to have the flavor of, I see now what I wasn't seeing before about our connection. I was sleeping on the potential. I was either ignoring, pretending it didn't exist, or too fearful. They probably won't use the words fear because this person isn't going to say that they feared it. But it's like, I now see what this connection means. You were right, or I could see the potential, or let's fulfill this potential, or something like this, because I feel like this person, it's going to take courage for them to come forward and admit this thing that they were trying to pretend didn't exist. Now, I do want to see what this person is going to say. Only for this group. We have the Hidden Truth Oracle. What are they going to say? Because, oopsie, I'm sorry. Because I do feel that this person is building up the courage to express themselves. And it could be something you already pretty much know, but it's like they never really formalize it, or they never really said it. So it matters in a way here because it's like them overcoming this fear of like actually expressing themselves. And this could be you. You could flip it, okay? This person is going to say it. Now, are they going to use words via their mouth? I don't know. Some of you guys, it might be a written letter, but it's still a form of expression. Some of you guys, it might be a text. It might be an email. For all of you guys, it's going to be different, okay? But what is the overall messaging that they're going to be communicating to pile number 4 here? Pile 4, and what's next in regards to this person? I feel they know. I hide behind material things. So this is the fear. This is why I hid from you. And so if I was running, avoiding, it was like just hiding from the truth and the potential. Okay? You don't know how hard it was to let you go. So if some of you guys have moved on, this personal well-being, like I said, it's like I'm missing you. I feel your absence. I feel like by not acknowledging the potential here, I wasn't on point or on par or whatever you want to call it. I wasn't aligned with the potential. And it was like letting this connection go. It slipped between my fingers. But now, if you're getting too far away, I have to act. I have to communicate. I don't think this person wants to be apart from you. And some of you guys might be in separation. I replay our conversations over and over. I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. What else for this group? Yeah, replay conversations over and over with this King of Swords. I left when I saw you with someone. That's for some of you guys. Okay, this person might fear that you're moving on with, from them. The timing just wasn't right for us. So I wasn't healed. I wasn't acting on the potential, even though it was there. And now I want to come in and I want to express this to you. What are they going to express, spirits? I've never loved anyone the way that I loved you. So it's like they're finally connecting to emotions here with that Page of Cups. Innocence, emotions. We need to let each other go. I feel like there is this energy that's coming through here. I don't want all these. An energy that's coming through here where your person really feels you're slipping away. Like the decision you made to move on or move forward, or the distance between you was a decision you made to sort of let them go. You know, because it's like, well, if we can't fulfill this 10-cup potential, then I got to move on. Like, I don't know what we're doing here, wasting time, or, you know, we could be friends, but I feel like you're sort of moved on or moving on emotionally. You are the one and only. What else for pile 4? I still love you and I can't stop thinking about you. King of Swords. They're right up in their mind about you, and I think they're triggered by a recent energy of yours. If you've walked away or pushed them out or emotionally distanced, or if they think you're dating someone because maybe they saw something or heard from someone, then this could definitely be your message. I was selfish and immature. Please forgive me. Yes, we knew he was immature because that's the first thing I said with the Page of Cups. We were seeing someone who was immature, but immature because they're emotionally underdeveloped. And it seemed like they were being selfish because they weren't acknowledging you and this connection. But I don't think it was selfishness. I think it was just upkeeping a wall because of the fear. Okay, I love you so much no matter what. This person feels they're going to lose you or have lost you. And I have a feeling that they're maybe in this mindset that's like, I've already lost you, you know, like a negative sort of mindset. Like they're already preparing themselves for rejection. I never experienced this intense connection before. I do feel one more. So the intensity scared them. They ran, they avoided, they hid, they weren't honest, and they were immature. Okay, I am afraid for getting too serious. I am afraid for getting too serious. I was hurt before. So we know that that trauma was created, obviously, by an experience, and they ran. And so now you've moved on with your bad self, or your energy is pulling away. You know, it's like, I don't want to see you with someone else. I don't want you moving on without me. It's like, well, it doesn't matter what they want. It's like, are we going to fulfill this or not? So I feel this person wants to make amends, but I feel like it's coming from the angle, because we're asking what they're going to say. The energy really comes from, I'm missing out, and I'm accepting the fact that I'm going to miss out. It's like they're already defeated, that you already concluded that you're moving on. You know, meanwhile, Spirit is talking about what's next in love is like you guys closing this chapter, because maybe it took this person feeling like you're going to move out or move on or leave them behind. That's going to make them communicate to you a great truth. And this truth, even though it might be small, it's like acknowledging a big fear. The fear is that I was too afraid and I ran. The fear is that you did mean to me what you actually felt from me, but I wasn't admitting it. I was avoiding it, and maybe I was denying and suppressing, or just not even acknowledging this. Why was I doing this? It was too intense, but you matter to me, and I love you no matter what. And so the no matter what here, I feel this person feels like you've already concluded a movement out, you know? So beautiful angel, let me know if this resonated for you. I know some of you guys wanted a new person, but I mean, this is what's next in love. Is this sort of a shift? Okay, I don't know when, because for all of you guys, it is something different, but I do feel it's very quick because we have this 8 wands. And so what's very quick? I don't know, sooner than you're expecting. Okay, this could be in the next 2 days to 7 days. I feel like it's no longer than 2 weeks here, okay? But again, all of us in different timelines. And this format of communication, like I said, communication with the page and the 8 wands is going to come however it does, through either written, email, text, words, phone, person, I don't know, but it will come. Okay. And I feel like this is what's needed in order to get the closure. This is what's needed to sort of put this behind us so we can move on the ship. And what's the ship going to take us? Either together, or we can put this behind us to move on. But this is closing out the whatever agreement you guys had. Okay, I feel a lot of love here. I still feel like maybe there's a working together, but maybe you just wanted to hear this from this person so that you could move on. You know, maybe you were looking to move on, or maybe you wanted clarity. Things were really still confused with this person, up in the air. It's like, where was it going? Never mind. I got no clarity. I got no closure. I'm just going to focus on me. And all of a sudden, here comes this person, you know? And it could be now you're like, whoa, this is going to, you know, like confuse things. But Spirit's saying, no need to get confused. Be confident in your decisions. Focus on yourself. Be connected to unconditional love. Listen to this person if you want, of course, with compassion and with love, because they're communicating something here. And not everybody is able to just, you know, push past their fears and their subconscious just because they see a 10 cups is too intense. Not everybody handles it the same way. So pile number 3, this is your reading. 3, my goodness. 4, this is your reading. I hope this helped you. I'll see you at the next one. All right, bye.